Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, while we have held on to 23,200, we've definitely come off the high point of the day at this point in time. Just 0.2% gains remaining, while the Nifty Bank also is 1/10% higher at 49,250. Among the sectors that are buzzing, you have the real estate sector that's holding on to its gains, 2% uptake, and it's the top mover. Oil and gas has pulled up in the second half of trading session. You can see a 1.5% move on the oil and gas space. Pharma has been holding strong, 1.1% uptick for this one. Infra, FMCG, and you also have slight gains on the broader markets, the small and the mid caps as well. But what slipped? It's the IT pack. Over a percent kind of losses for the IT. So the big heavyweights which were supporting the market sentiments thus far have slipped today. Consumer durables, PSU banks, metals and autos have also shifted gears and have moved to the slower lane at this point in time. Let's welcome our guest on board to help us understand and navigate through the market move at this point in time. We have Swati Hodkar from Nirmal Bang joining in. Warm welcome to you, Swati, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Well, it's the expiry session and some kind of volatility was already expected. How are you looking at the markets right now? And we're also just 2 days ahead of the budget now.
Hey, first of all, good afternoon, Sakshi. Definitely, on the from the last 2 to 3 working trading session, we are witnessing a very strong pullback rally on the Nifty front. 2 days back, we have seen that the Nifty somehow manages to maintain the very strong support of 23,800 level, and from there onwards, we have seen a very upstick rally. But the only concern is that the Nifty is not able to manage to give the breakout of 23,440, which is I'm constantly emphasizing in the month of in the Jan series itself. If you look towards on the daily chart, there is a time Nifty try to give the breakout of that levels, but somehow on the closing basis, it's failed to do so. So, which is the very cautious sign on the technical front. But we can see on the larger degree that it was just trading within the range of 23,000 to 23,440 levels. Within that 400 point span, we are witnessing a consolidation frame. So now the Saturday is the event day. We have a budget, so probably a volatile trading session is likely to be continued for 1 to 2 trading session as well. The view as of now from bearish to it has been turned to the cautious to positive because Nifty is taking a very good support of 23,800, 22,800 levels on the downside. So which is a very strong switch we have seen on the technical chart. So I believe that the pullback rally is likely to be continued as long as it sustains that support levels. Any move above 23,440 levels on the closing basis will turn the trend of that particular Nifty towards on the positive sides, and which helps a Nifty to come about to at least 23,800 to 24,000. So the view has been turned from bearish to the cautious, but definitely one should at least start accumulating the quality counters and can start investing the money into their portfolio at least 30 to 40% from the current market price. So I'm a little bit converting into the bullish side as of now.
Okay, got that. Well, Swati, we'll try and delve into some of the sectors and stocks and try and understand what's your view is there then. Let's start off with the top mover, BEL today, 4% higher. It's come back after a long haul again. Some buzz continuing. Again, I think it has to do with the budget expectations. There are other defense stocks also that are buzzing, like GRSE, for instance. It was Mazagon just about 1 or 2 days ago. So this space is also getting into focus. One, what is your view on BEL post this 4% surge, and overall defense sector, how are you approaching ahead of the budget?
Definitely, this particular count of a sector, we always see the very strong rally on the budget day or the post budget or the pre and such. As of now, if you just concentrate on the BEL or the HL, this particular counters, those are really very good on the technical front. BEL, we have seen a very strong sideways or say the fall from almost 330 to now 250 levels. Now, if you look towards on a weekly chart, Sakshi, the stock is on the verge of giving the breakout of a downward sloping trend line, which is turning on the positive sides. So those who are looking for a fresh long positions, they can definitely go for a long at the current market price as well. Because the interesting observation that the RSI, such as the momentum indicators, is showing a positive crossovers from the downside level. So the depth is limited from the current market price and upside is open. as of now, it's trading nearby the resistance zone, but I believe we should preempt the breakouts in the near terms, and we are likely to witness some stock of a momentum, positive momentum rally towards to 330. So it's a very strong observations we are finding out in the BL. So one can definitely take a long positions at the current market price. Downside, it has a very good support at around 250. So as long as it's hold at levels, upside momentum can be catched up in the near term future.
Okay, understood. Well, we'll also look at the top loser at this point. Tata Motors has been hovering lower post its earnings, and it slipped also below 700 mark intraday levels as well. How would you look at Tata Motors right now? A lot of investors' positions are stuck. People were already getting worried. Why is the stock not moving beyond to 750, beyond 780 odd levels, and unable to cross 800 hurdle? And now we have slipped back even below 700. So, what's the outlook on Tata Motors now, Swati?
Looking towards a price correction, Sakshi, definitely the sentiments has turned on the weaker side. But if you looks from a larger degree, I will suggest that definitely this counter has given a right opportunity to take the buy call at the current market price. Why so? Because whatever the rally we have seen from the 2024 start, the stock has given the breakout of 700 rupees, and non-stop we have seen a rally up to 1200 in 2024. Now that this particular retracement, 100% retracement has been done, so this is the golden opportunity to take the long positions at the current market price. Since the October, the sales figures was not really working very well for the auto overall pack. But if you look towards the retracement cycle of this particular stock from the technical point of view, I will suggest slowly and steadily we will see some reversal into this particular stock. One should definitely go for a long positions at the current market price, because whatever the rally has been we seen in the 2024, that support level has been retested at the current market price. So in a near term future, we are likely to witness a very strong momentum on the price action as well. I'm looking for a target of 850 to 900 levels from here onwards. So at least by 30-40% at the current market price, if we're getting any dips towards to 640, 630 levels, one should able to average it out. So it's one of the
Okay.
strong counter one can keep into their portfolio or add into their portfolio.
Okay, got that. So that's as far as Tata Motors is concerned as well. Let's look at the broader markets, which have been in a larger pain over the last few weeks of correction that we've seen in the markets. It was the mid and the small caps that lost a lot of ground. There has been some bounce in last 1 or 2 days, and today within the small caps you have interesting names. You have Laurus Labs, you have JBM Auto, Electra Green Tech, you also have JNK Bank, for instance, Dr. Lal Path Labs, Ircon, Railtel. So some rail related stocks, some EV related stocks, pharma and lab related stocks are also buzzing in trade. Let's get a sense from Swati as far as the mid and the small caps are concerned particularly. Are there any stocks that are coming on fresh onto your radar? Would you be encouraged with the kind of bounce that we are seeing on individual stocks?
Yes, definitely. Laurus Lab looks very attractive because whatever the momentum we have seen into the market on the downside, the Laurus Lab has not shown that much kind of corrections, but definitely from 2023 onwards, it's just trading in the pattern of the high tops and high bottom degree and such. So the overall structure is really very good. The stock has given the symmetrical triangle formations breakout, which is a very strong formation on the technical front on the monthly chart. So whenever such kind of a formation we witnessed into the larger degree on the monthly charts, definitely the long term view becomes a very positive. So yes, as of now we have seen a depth of almost 500 rupees, and from there onwards we have seen 80-90 points up move. But I will suggest if you're getting any dips towards to 540, 550, definitely one should take a long positions at the current market price. I'm looking for a target of at least 680 to 700 rupees in the Laurus Lab. Talking about the DB slab, yes, this particular stock is also doing really very well. We are not witnessing major sell-off in the last 2 to 3 months as such. No wonder, as per the market correction, a small depth has been tested. Even the stock manages to take a support of 200 DMA. So this is the one counter we are looking for a long positions. Currently sitting at 5730. Upside, we can see the counter will be moving towards to 6300 to 6400. So those are the two counters which looks very positive on the technical front, start to accumulate slowly and steadily bit by bit on every deep and such.
Okay, got that. So that's as some of the stocks within the pharma pack are concerned. Loris as well as Divis is what Swati has shared her views on. Let's look at some of the other pockets then. Oil and gas has interestingly pulled up in trade today. Let's look at some of the pockets here. So you have all the gas related stocks, Mahanagar Gas, Adani Total Gas, Gujarat Gas, GAIL, Indraprastha Gas, all of them, up and about. These stocks have been under pressure, Swati, because of the regulatory concerns that emerged. But finally, there is some kind of bounce that's coming in. Would you take a bet here?
If you look, this particular sector has not really done very well in the 2024s. But if you look towards on the technical front, I believe ONGC and the MGL, this particular stocks have shown a very strong retracement. And after such kind of a retracement, it is just went into the consolidation phase. As of now, it is trading within the tight range. If you talk about the MGL, it's got stuck within the range of 2050 to 1320 levels. And I believe such kind of a consolidation phase will take a time because it's a time consolidation, and after time consolidation we get a breakout of a price things. So MGL looks very promising on the technical front. One can keep into their radar in this particular counter upside. We can see up to 1500 and so levels. So at the current levels or the current consider, the risk reward ratio is really favorable, so one should keep an eye on the MGL. Second is on the ONGs. It definitely is one of the Nifty 50 counters. Whenever this sector will perform and the Nifty will perform, automatically we will get a good kind of a returns in this particular stocks as well. Upside, I'm looking for a target of 320 to 330 levels. I will not suggest to take a current market price, buy at a current market price, but yeah, any dips towards to 230 to 40 can be a good price level to enter into this particular stock.
Fair point, right there as far as the oil and gas space is concerned. Let's also pull up some of the other pockets. Real estate stocks have also been in thick trade, today and over the last few couple of trading sessions as well, Swati. Anything that you like here within the large or the mid cap real estate names?
I'm not much very positive on this particular pack and such or the sector, but if you're asking me purely on stock specific, over a
Yeah.
really looks good because we have seen a very sharp correction from 1300 to 1600 within a span of 1 to 2 months as such. Now the interesting point is that the stock is trading near the oversold zone, and it's showing us a little bit of a positive divergence, and it has already tested the month of 2024 ka make this particular swings lows. So multiple bottoms has been created. So I believe that the risk is very limited at the current market price, and some sort of a price momentum can be seen into the near term, which might take a counter towards to 1970 or the 2000 levels access. So the price momentum will be a very fast we can witness. So those who are like to do the churning or like to trade the every kind of a bounce back rally, then one can go for a long positions at the current market price into the over a reality. Downside, you can keep a strict stop loss of 1650. I'm looking for a target of 2000 levels from here onwards.
Okay, so that's the real estate space for you. Some new numbers coming in. Let's look at some latest numbers that are actually coming in right now. You have Dabur reacting to its numbers as well. Let's look at the key numbers that are coming in, and you can actually see the profit after tax about 516 odd crore rupees. The net profit is up by about 2 odd percent. There is a 3% uptick on this one after the reaction on the earnings has just come in. Revenues at 3,353 odd crore rupees for the company. Margins have come in at 20.3%, just slightly higher than the estimates. There is also volume growth of 1.2% that has truly come in right now for the company. And let's look at some of the other numbers and details that we are getting as well. On the EBITDA front also, I will be just helping you out with what the numbers are. 681.9 crores for the EBITDA numbers as well. So we did see that spike come in, right when the numbers flashed. Any suggestion here, Swati, when it comes to the FMCG pack, and what would you really want to see when it comes to Dabur, going forward from here?
Yes, Sakshi, the Dabur, we have already seen the very strong correction in this particular counter. Now, I believe it has formed the multiple supports of, say, the double bottom nearby 500 levels, and from there onwards, it has went into the consolidation phase. Now, upside is currently the stock is trading in the nearby the resistance levels of a 540. Any move above that level, we'll see the extension of this bounce back rally towards to 580. But I believe the overall structure of the FMCG counters is not really positive. After such kind of correction, bounce back rally cannot be denied. So we are just witnessing a bounce back rally, but there is no major trend reversal I'm witnessing on this particular counters. Those who are likely to play that those kind of a rally on the high side, they can definitely hold their long positions for a target of 580, whereas the downside it has a very forming a good support at around 500 and so. So by maintaining that stop loss, you can hold on. I believe the yes, price momentums can be seen on a positive side in the near term positions as such.
All right, so that is as far as Dabur is concerned. 3% uptake you can see as a reaction to the earnings. The management is saying that consumer sentiment has bottomed out and they only believe that things should improve from here on. I think these are the encouraging statements that are coming in from the management that is lifting the stock higher as well. So that's Mohit Malhotra, the CEO of Dabur India, saying that the consumer sentiment has bottomed out and they will only see improvement from here on. So that's the vote of confidence that he really is displaying at this point in time. Let's look at some of the other pockets. Let's circle back to the PSUs and see what's buzzing here. Railway space, that's clearly in thick action. IRFC now up 4.7%. You have IRCTC up 2.5%. You also have stocks like Railtel. Of course, Jupiter Wagons is something that we marked out right in the morning that led the entire momentum. Swati, again, expectations riding high as far as the budget announcements on railways that could come in, and therefore this bounce. Would you buy it at this point in time? Which are the stocks that look good?
See, those who are looking for a very long-term perspective, though, that candidate should only take this particular buy call because these are the seasonal or the budget-specific momentum counters. Over a period of time, we don't witness a 12 months rally in this particular stocks. If you want to select a stock from the railway, then IRCTC and Railtel really looks promising on the technical front because it has already shown us very strong corrections, and the IRCT is just forming a positive divergence, which is a very strong momentum indicators. It's showing a strength in this particular stocks. 780 is the current market price. 740 is acting as a very crucial support level, so one can take a long positions at the current market price as well. Probably in a day or two we are likely to witness 860 to 870 levels on a higher side. So I'm positive on the IRCTC compared to the another counters.
Okay, understood. So IRCTC is something that Swati is really looking at this point. Let us look at some broader names, the Nifty 500 basket and some interesting names that are actually moving well. You have Electra Green Tech up 7%. You have Gabriel India that's buzzing. You have BM Auto that's buzzing as well. What else is on the buzz? Well, you have Ceylon Exploration, Strides Pharma, that's also buzzing 9% up. You have Acme Solar, 10% higher. You have then stocks like Hitachi Energy that's moving. You have UFO Movies that's at a 20% circuit. Shanti Gears is also up. So I do spot, and NetWeb Technologies, that's another recovery that's taking place. So that's the story with the deep Seek AI impact. Remember, NetWeb Technologies and Anand Raj were the two stocks that were really hit once that news started to flow in. But there was clarification from NetWeb yesterday saying that DeepSeek offers an opportunity, not a threat for companies like NetWeb, and therefore you've been seeing the recovery take place and sharp move right there. But auto ancillaries and those EV focused names is something, Swati, that I'm looking at. Electra, Green Tech, JBM Auto, these are the erstwhile favorites that are coming back. Would you be confident of looking at them at the current levels?
no wonder we are witnessing some sort of a bounce back rally on the today's trade sessions. But I am just worried whether this kind of a bounce back rally is likely to be sustained in the near term or not, because already we have seen a sharp correction. So after sharp correction, there is some positive momentum we are witnessing. Now we need to keep an eye whether this particular counter is maintaining a positive closing above 1500 or not. If not, then again we are likely to witness some sort of a selling pressures. Positive momentum can be seen only the stock manages to give the breakout of a 1570 levels on the closing basis. Then only some trend reversals can be witnessed in the near term, but not at the current market price. So I will not suggest any long position at the current market price into those counters. Will suggest to hold and wait. Let the stock find out some very strong support nears and some sort of a consolidation if we witnessed, and then after we can get some price breakout, then the trend will be get very much clear into the near term futures, but not at the current market price.
Not at the current market price. Okay, so that's the view that's coming in. Let's actually delve a little deeper to see what else can we pull out for Swati to help us out in terms of the views. Okay, from the F&O space, I have one stock that I wanted your view, and that is SRF. That's the one that's buzzing. What would you say on this one? The kind of pullback that we are seeing today, will it sustain? It was the results that led to this uptick. 52-week high is what we've seen in trade today after the earnings, 6% higher, and we are still hovering at near the day's high, and this is after the upbeat management outlook that SRF has really shared. Strong Q4 was driven by improved demand across the specialty chemicals, fluorochemicals and agrochemicals business for the company, and the company anticipates that the robust agrochemicals demand marking a significant improvement over Q3, and its product pipeline also remains pretty strong. So let's get this one going. Strong earnings, bullish outlook from the management, and the stock price is at a 52-week high. What would you do now?
Sakshi is one of the very strong counter. It's you have just find out, and I'm really have a pleasure to talk about on this particular stocks, because on the monthly chart, on a larger degree, the stock was forming a flag pattern since 2022. Whatever the rally we have seen from 2019, that was the body of that particular flag. We can say the pole of the flag, and from there onwards, 3 years almost it is under the consolidation phase, stuck within the range of 2500 to 2000 level. Now today it has given a very strong breakout with a very good volumes, price momentum breakouts we have seen, and very soon all-time high levels will also be breakout. I believe it has a potential to reach up to at least 3500 to 4000 levels. So if you're getting any tips towards to 2600 and so level in the near term futures, you can definitely take the long positions on every dips in this particular stock. I'm looking for a target of 3500 to 4000 levels. So my view is really bullish on this particular stock. One should hold or buy at the current market price as well.
Okay, bullish outlook on SRF. After a long haul, the stock is in a good buying zone. You could look at buying, continue to hold if you have, or you can look at adding at the current levels. Over 3500 kind of levels is what Swati really expects on the stock in the medium to long run. 28.19 right now, 5.8% higher. The stock is in a fine fettle at this point in time. Okay, let's get some more stocks going. I want to look at the NBFC space as well. A lot of these home-focused companies, even the AMCs, wealth-creating companies, they are also in thick action today. You have stocks like Anand Rathi Wealth, that's again buzzing in trade. You have housing finance companies like Repco Home, LIC Housing. Then you also have stocks like, say, Five-Star Business Finance. You have Fed Bank Financial Services, Aavas Finances. You have Repco Home Finance is something that you're getting at. All of these are buzzing, and of course the brokerage houses spaces, Anand Rathi, IIFL, that's also in the move in trade today. Bajaj Finance and Finserv are definitely on the move. We have been seeing that earnings factor right there. But let's see what Swati can pick out for us within the large NBFC basket for us to track and carry on the trade in. Swati, to you.
Whatever the stocks you have mentioned, I really studied on the chart also. LIC and Bajaj Finserv, those are the two counters which looks positive on the technical front. Why LIC? It's definitely one of the leader into this particular sector as such, and we have seen a very sharp sell-off from the last few months or say the year as well. Because whatever the rally we have seen, the particular stock has already retraced more than 70-80% of the past rally. So I believe that it has a very strong potential. After such kind of a correction, we are likely to witness some sort of a uptick in the near futures towards to 650 to 700 levels. So LIC is the one counter on every dips one should accumulate it. And talking about the Bajaj Finance, yes, today was not a good day for this particular counter. We have seen a corrections of almost 2.5%. But this is the counter which is very well placed above all the important moving averages in such kind of a market as well, whether it's a 50, 100 or 200 DMA. It's very well placed above that levels, and we are witnessing a high tops, high bottom formations on a very larger degree, say the monthly or the weekly. So whenever such kind of a pattern sustains in the downward market also, it's give the sense of the strength of this particular counter performance. So I believe if you're getting any dips towards to 1700, one should definitely accumulate this particular stock. I'm looking for an immediate target of 1950 to 2000 in the near term or the short term period as such. So those are the two counters one can look into their portfolio for the investment into their portfolio.
Okay, understood. I hope this has also helped you understand as to how to go about this entire space right there. Let's look at some of the other pockets then. What else is buzzing in trade apart from the ones that we have discussed? Well, let's look at the Nifty next 50 names. Maybe there we have some interesting names to discuss. Apart from railway stocks, you have and the oil and gas names. Okay, you have Info Edge pulling up 2% today. You have REC and PFC. Okay, power is an interesting one to again discuss. Swati, power space, you know, it had a brief period of stellar set of moves that we actually saw. Everybody was looking at power and the power pack performances, be it the power producers, be it the power generators, transformers, distributors, all of them have had a great set of run up. After the consolidation has played out, we are seeing some bounce return to the power financiers and also some of the power related stocks. What would you pick?
On the power sectors, Tata Power looks good because the company is really good. We have not seen a major reversal in this particular stock on the this thing on the technical front. As of now, Sakshi, I am just preempting the breakout or say the bounce back rally to current market price because the on the daily chart the stock is on the verge of forming the CD leg of the W pattern. So whenever the
Okay.
W forms, we can see some sort of a uptick rally in the near term futures. Initially, the target will be a 370, and beyond that level, 420 can be tested, which is the resistance provided by the 200 DMA. So, if the power pack really works very well from the current market price, then Tata Power will show its stellar performance on the higher side. Downside, it has a very good support of 340. So, the risk reward ratio is favorable at the current market price. So, one can keep that tight stop loss and can ride the rally up to 400 will be the 370 will be the initial target, and beyond that level 420 can be seen.
Okay, got that. Let's look at some of the other pockets then. What else can we have for Swati talk about? We're just 2 minutes away from the day's close. Swati, in fact, let's prep for just the last trading session that's tomorrow ahead of the budget. In the last 2 minutes, I think that would be more prudent. We are nearing the high point of the day, so 23,281, 118 points higher. What looks good on the Nifty, and how would you strategize?
Yeah, on the Nifty front, yes, definitely one should hold their long positions if anyone has been generated at the current market price, because the way it is holding 22,800 levels from the last two trading sessions is really good. Now, I believe today already has tested its 20 days moving average, and I believe that this rally can be extended at least towards to 23,440, and beyond that level 600 levels can be seen. So yes, for long positions can be hold on the Nifty side as such. If you're asking me about the stock specific, what kind of a stocks one should purchase it, then in from the cement pack, I believe that the Grasim is the one counter which looks very promising at the current market price. One can take it as a BTST trade as well. because this particular stock has given the breakout of the 20 DMA, and also the interesting observation is that it has just formed the inverse head and shoulder pattern, and it has given the breakout of the neckline. So I believe it has a very strong up move rally can be witnessed in coming few trading sessions, which might take a counter towards to 2600, 2620. So one can go long position into the Grasim as well.
Okay, got that. Well, thank you so much then, Swati, for being with us on this show and helping us navigate through all the moves. Extremely volatile, but we managed to pull up towards the day's high right at the end, and we are now near 23,300, closing half odd percent higher in trade. The last few minutes have pulled up the markets pretty strongly, and you've actually seen. Let's pull up the key index contributors there to see which were the stocks that quickly pulled up all the stocks on that account towards the end of the session. So banks clearly half odd percent higher, that pulled up Reliance Industries as well. 28 points were being seen as big contribution coming in from RIL. So that, yes, pulled up 1.4% higher, 1253. You have HDFC Bank that contributed 24 points. Bharti Airtel, BEL, ICICI Bank, Bajaj Finance as the top contributors as far as the Nifty gains are concerned. So one day to go before the budget goes, and therefore you are seeing some green return on the screen with high hopes on what the budget document could bring in and usher in as good news, hopefully, for the markets and for investors. We leave you at that, viewers, but do stay tuned on to Business Today Television. Throughout the course of the day, you are getting to see exclusive conversations around budget expectations on earnings as well as on market strategies as well, right ahead of the biggest trading day that we are going to be seeing, in fact, on a Saturday on 1st of February on Budget Day. Stay tuned.